Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And as always, it's a pleasure to follow Mr. Prosser as he gave such, I think last time, an illuminating speech on this particular item.
You little ray of sunshine, you.
Oh, thank you so much. From the whip. Indeed, indeed. This is a very important bill, Mr. Speaker. Absolutely. And it's a pleasure to have the opportunity to speak about it because it's so sensible in that it is a preventative impact bill. I well remember getting a phone call one morning some years ago to ask if I could arrange for a member of staff to go around to my office in Motueka where a window had been broken and it represented a security risk. So I said, "Oh, blow, I wonder why they broke it." And they said, "Oh, we watched him." I said, "You what?" They said, "Well, we watched him. It was either going to be you or the sports shop next door." And the gentleman was apparently inebriated, and they were pretty sure it was going to be a window that he went for, and they watched him, and he did it. So I said, perhaps if you were fairly sure he was going to do it, he might have been prevented. And he said, "Well, sir, we can't go around arresting people just because of what we think, can we?" Preventative laws, I think, are a very good idea. I asked if there were any political implications in him smashing the window, and they said, no, he didn't know it was your window, he just saw a reflection in it that he didn't like and took to it. It was, as he said, either you or the sports shop next door. This bill will have a preventative impact and make it an offence for a person to have in his or her possession a high-powered handheld laser pointer in a public place without reasonable excuse. This bill also gives the police the power to confiscate lasers found in the possession of a person in a public place. We have had speakers say that, it's a matter of common sense and surely we want to hang on to them so you can play with your cats and that sort of thing. Well, we're talking about high-powered, but we're also talking about a very real situation. I was astonished to hear that one of our All Blacks had lasers shot in his eyes when he was just lining up to take a kick. Apparently it happens in other sports where you get that sort of thing. We went through, those people who live in Auckland will remember when the motorways went through, there was a period where people thought it was funny to drop things off the overhead bridges onto the cars because they couldn't be detected by the time the car was stopped and that sort of thing. So you can't say that common sense will dominate a situation. So National is committed to ensuring the safety of New Zealanders using the transport system to make sure that it's not compromised. And this bill ensures proper regulation of devices posing a threat to New Zealanders. So it's a thoroughly sensible bill, and it's a tribute to Cam Calder, Dr. Calder, that he's brought it forward. He was acquainted with the problem, I think through professionals, through pilots, and he determined to do something about it. This is, we've heard people say that it shouldn't really be a member's bill. I think it's a classic case of a member being approached, being advised, determining to do something about it, and here we are on the second reading of the bill. It went through the Transport Industrial Relations Select Committee, a fine committee, admirably chaired. I think I heard admirably chaired by David Bennett, and we have produced a few changes and recommendations. All in all, it'll be a successful bill. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Speaker.
Ian Lees Galloway.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker.